All right, welcome everyone to another edition of Trading Bitcoin with the host Vays. We are back on the airport streams. My flight literally started boarding, so this will be one of my shortest streams potentially ever. And we are going straight to the chart. I hope the audio is good. Let's also hope I don't get kicked out of the airport. But I am drinking water, so we're all legit. All right, let's go to screen share. How are we doing on views? All right, I gotta move this thing over. 1 second. I don't really have time to waste here, but we're clearly wasting it. All right, let me close the chat. And all right, hey, kicking over the 100 viewers. All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's go to the charts. If anyone's wondering, I am flying to Miami. I'm gonna spend some time in Florida. Somewhere where shows the U.S. state with the least amount of restrictions, and good place to spend the winter. Okay, so here we go. The monthly chart still on an MRI top. Let's move on. The weekly chart is pulling back a little bit this morning, but we are still hovering around $19,000. Hope my audio is good. Is my audio okay? Hope my audio is okay. I didn't bring my fancy microphone with me on the road. Maybe I should have, but that's okay. Maybe I'll start traveling with the fancy microphone as well. Just too much crap to carry. Yeah, happy Friday, everyone. Okay, so I watched the hearings. Oh my God! Like if after watching those Michigan hearings, I'm gonna be watching. You know what? Let's talk about price. I'll talk about politics in my last minute that I have. The weekly chart. We have to wait for the week to end. It's a bit no man's land right now. I'm gonna hold off. I have not yet bought more GBTC, so I am still in wait and see mode. We are consolidating at the top. The longer we consolidate at the top, the more likely we are to actually break out. So the longer we consolidate, the more I'm gonna have to hold the water as close to me as possible here. The longer we consolidate at 19,000, the more likely we are to break out. As you can see, we're being held by the breakout line, and the break of this line is very, very good for future price of Bitcoin. But you can also see the weekly MRI top and the monthly MRI top right here by looking at the daily scale. Speaking of the MRIs, I don't know if you guys saw Raoul Paul's Twitter, but I just replied. That's why the stream ran a little late. What do you spell his name? There he is. If you saw Raoul Paul's Twitter, look at this. Bitcoin is potentially facing some serious technical headways. The daily DeMark is showing a cluster on 2 13s and a 9, and tomorrow might put in another 13. So he's pointing that out. But then he says the weekly gave you a 9 last week, and what is this? This is the monthly. They're giving you a 9. So I actually replied, and I'm like, yeah, the MRI is doing the same thing, and I pointed it out on November 18th that hey, we're going to be topping. And in the picture, I say daily MRI top tomorrow, weekly MRI top next week, monthly MRI top next month. So I pretty much gave the same warnings 2 weeks earlier that they were going to happen. Though I do want to see his daily. Pair of 13s and a 9 tomorrow. Let's go to the daily chart. Let's go to my daily chart. So mine might not be exactly lined up as his because we may not be using the same underlying price. So this was the thing that I told you guys about gold. In gold, I missed my MRI buy, but if you were using the XAU, the spot price of gold instead of the future price of gold, you nailed it perfectly with the MRI. So a lot has to do with a lot has to do with you know, which is your underlying asset in order to time things properly. Okay, so as I go to the daily Bitcoin chart, and I want to glance at the details of the MRI, which I can't unless I refresh. So let's refresh. So we just refresh the daily chart. We're going to go to the MRI. We're going to grab it. We're going to display the trend numbers. And let's see what we got. Okay, so these are my trend numbers. Now I want to go to Raoul Paul's. And so the daily DeMark is showing a cluster on 213s and a 9. Oh, okay, so the 9 was a long time ago. Here's a cluster of 213s, but he only has one of, okay, so there's a, right, 13 here and a 13 there, but on a daily chart, they came a while back. You have a 12, and then you have another potential 13. They're coming from the sign, so there's no 9 coming in. So I'm just comparing it to my MRI. So here's the MRI. He doesn't want us to work once he gets anything from the maintenance department. And here are my clusters. We'll resume the voting process. But Tom DeMark has like a dozen different 13s, so I'm not sure which ones he's actually using. So Raoul Paul needs to be very clear. Anyway, I have no comment really. Gregor, you're in South Florida. Excellent. I don't know. You'll have to reach out to me somehow, Gregor. It's hard for me to get your info now, but I'll tweet out if I'm having a dinner somewhere in Miami. Anyway, there's not, we're rallying right now as I speak. I don't really know why, but look, it's consolidation. It can really go either way. I'm going to respect the weekly MRI top with an extension B ending. I'm also going to respect the monthly MRI top, and especially the Heikin-Ashi version of the MRI top. By the way, the weekly Heikin-Ashi, I believe, is on an MRI top this week. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The weekly Heikin-Ashi has done really well historically as well. So while the regular weekly MRI top was the week before, the Heikin-Ashi version is showing you some interesting stuff this week. I still think Bitcoin is toppy here. Bitcoin is toppy, but this consolidation at the top is making me more bullish than bearish, especially, you know, this nature of it. I want to draw, no, especially this nature. It's, you can almost draw, you know, like one of these triangles. So that is generally a bullish sign. So this is generally a bullish sign, but I'm not in a rush yet. I'm not in a rush at all. I'll leave it here for our next video. Hey, so what am I going to do on the airplane? On the airplane, I've already downloaded, it may not be this one, but I've already downloaded the Senate hearings from Georgia that took place yesterday, and I'm going to watch them. At this point, I mean, Giuliani is presenting evidence in court, and I tweeted this out. If you go to my Twitter, oh, maybe not home, but if you go to my Twitter, if you open up this tweet right here, this one, if you open up this tweet, I gave you 3 timestamps. That's 1, that's 2, and that's the 3rd. Now, there were other witnesses. There were about 6 witnesses out of 100 witnesses that are with evidence of fraud. Now, at this point, any person that is saying there is no evidence of fraud, I find this person almost more despicable than those that did the fraud, those that actually committed the fraud. The people that have committed the fraud are bad people, but those that are approving of the fraud are either ignorant or just, despicable. So there's evidence is there. You're just refusing to listen and watch it. So here are the timestamps. You should watch the entire thing, but if you don't have the attention span to watch a 4-hour video, even at 2x, I can't help you, okay? So there you go. I'm flying to Miami, guys. Right, I haven't even seen the video of the suitcase. I saw it on Twitter, but I haven't seen the hearings yet. I'm gonna watch the Georgia hearings. I saw the Michigan hearings, and it was pretty, like I said, eventually this evidence will be in front of you. This bullshit statistic that Trump is 0 for 34 in court. Giuliani said they only filed 3 claims of fraud. So I don't know where this 34 number is coming from, because the Trump campaign and Trump's lawyers only filed 3 claims of fraud in court. So how do you get 30 claims rejected when you only file 3? Explain that to me. It's yeah, it's the whole thing is crazy. They're exposing the whole Dominion voting machines, that all our votes are actually counted overseas. It's really bad. So if you want to see evidence, watch this video. I mean, this is where they're presenting it. I'm sure Georgia is even worse. They only have 10 more days to figure this out. Otherwise, Biden is your president, and this is how Venezuela fell apart. This is, I mean, they're literally talking about how the Dominion software was developed by Hugo Chavez, was funded by Hugo Chavez in Venezuela to get reelected. And that's the software that they used in Michigan and probably other states as well. Right. So here's the crazy thing. So the most insane thing, the most insane takeaway from the Michigan hearings is that the legislators that were listening to the witnesses have no clue what I mean, they just don't know what a sworn affidavit is. They have no idea what it means to write up a statement under penalty of perjury. They don't understand what that means. It was literally a clown show. There was one straight up Marxist on that. I mean, I can't believe this woman has any kind of like state power, because I thought she was gonna jump over the bench and just like choke each of the witnesses trying to prove fraud. She had no questions. She was just so disgusted with the evidence being presented that she just wanted to go and murder someone. That was basically the only reason for her being there. And she's like part of the government. She couldn't, like, if you saw those Michigan hearings, I can't believe that the United States functions as a country based on the straight up ignorance of the people sitting that are in charge. listening to these witnesses. Yeah, she has to be a straight up communist. Well, like there's no other explanation.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're voting on the polls 30
Listen to the
39.
hearings.
Pay attention to what
Listen to the hearings.
30 to 39.
They're boarding my flight, but this is great, by the way. So no business people are flying, and for the first time in my life, I'm being upgraded into business for free based on my status, which has always been useless because business people would be way ahead of me. But now that there's no business people flying, I actually I have gotten bumped up 3 times in a row. Yeah, if you want to know what a Marxist looks like, listen to the Michigan hearings. They weren't Senate hearings, but if you want to know what a Marxist looks like and sounds like, go watch those hearings because there was definitely one in the stands, and you will easily know which one it is. She was not even hiding it. I don't know what her is. She Republican? Cynthia A. Jones, uh, Duane County or Dwayne County. I don't know. I didn't look her up, but that's a communist right there. I mean, there's no other way of saying it. How do these people get elected in America? I have no idea. I'm going to Miami, guys. I'm off to Miami. I'm like I said, I'm gonna spend December or part of December down in the freest state the United States has. No mask mandate, no blood samples, urine samples.
This time we are boarding all passengers traveling to Aruba, flight number 1042 through the door mark gate number 133.
All right, let's go back to Bitcoin because it was moving. I don't really have much else to add. Let's look at the S&P. S&P markets just opened. Well, we're going higher. Markets are going higher. Markets are going higher. Gold is also going higher. Everything's going higher. Man, I'm kind of pissed. It's not even that I missed the trade. It's just that I didn't warn my audience about the perfect buying opportunity in gold by looking at the spot market. I was looking at the futures market, and they were off by a couple of days on the counts. So much news. We haven't done a news show in a while. I don't know. Maybe I'll do one. I can't do it this week. There was an event on Saturday. Maybe we'll do a news show on Sunday. I got to check with Jimmy. I don't know. We'll see. Alex says, are you talking about the black lady who said she knows that people giving evidence are lying and was ruled out of order? Yeah. I mean, who else would I possibly be talking about? Yeah. So she was basically calling everyone a liar that testified under, perjury charges if they lie. She was calling everybody a liar. She was mad that not all of the witnesses lived in Detroit, even though some of them did. It was every time she spoke, the mayor kept calling her out of order because she's not there to call people liars. She's there to ask people questions, and she had no questions. So all she can do is scream liar, liar, liar to every witness who would go to jail if they actually lie. It's frightening that people like that have make laws or have the ability to make laws. It's fucking scary. It's absolutely scary.
customer, please make sure you wipe your face over, your face mask must over your nose and mouth all time.
Yeah, no, those hearings were interesting. The Michigan one. There was this, I thought the best testimony. So here, I'm gonna, where is it? Is it here? Yeah, I thought this was awesome. So I'm just gonna go to her part. I'm not gonna play the audio, but so you can see what she looks like. That Indian lady in green, her, young Indian lady. And at the end, she said that white males were basically completely discriminated against, like more than she's ever seen before. She had some interesting things to say. She was like, she was like, if you were a white male coming in to vote, she's like, you were almost like automatically kicked out for being a white male. It was like her testimony was very interesting. She was excellent. She was very calm, very like I want to say very believable, but she's obviously telling the truth because she can go to prison if she lies. But her testimony was very compelling. You really want to listen to what she had to say. Who do I think will win the Senate in January? I think the Democrats will win the Senate. I think they will cheat again because so many people and the media, clearly the Democrats have no fear of complete and outright fraud. So, all right, I don't want to miss my flight. Sorry, guys, I gotta run. Democrats will win. Democrats will win because they'll just cheat more. There's nothing stopping them. There is nothing stopping them. I think they will win both Senate seats in Georgia because clearly they don't give a fuck. It's this could be worse than Venezuela. I think they have to cheat more here to get Biden elected, and then Chavez had to cheat to get himself elected. That's how bad this is. And so I don't see how the Democrats can lose the 2 Senate seats in Georgia because clearly no one other than like 8 people want to do anything about it. All right, that's it, guys. I gotta get on my flight. It departs in like 15 minutes. Thank you all for watching, and maybe I'll see some of you down in South Florida. Bye, guys. Time to mask up, I guess.